This is the F1 podcast with Adam and Luke.
As we talk everything Formula One motor racing.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast, Australia's only dedicated Formula One podcast. And what a podcast we've got coming up today. We are going to catch up with four-time world champion Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel, and we're going to chat with him about the race in Singapore in the segment that everyone loves, especially Luke's mum. Hey, what's up? That's coming up. We're also going to cross live to another world champion in the show, the crazy Finn Kimi Räikkönen at home with Kimi. We love that segment. And the driver who has literally had no chance of ever winning a Formula One championship and will never win one, but we love the guy anyway. Kiwi driver Brendon Hartley. We're going to catch up with Brendon in the segment we called Finding a Job with Brendon. So let's get into it. We hit the streets now of hot, sweaty Singapore, the jewel of Southeast Asia, the moist Monaco, as some call it.
Very moist.
That's an unfortunate choice of words.
No.
Singapore, a small island, 50 k's across, 20 k's high, second wealthiest country, and by far the cleanest. 365 days of 32 degrees Celsius and 90% humidity. If you're not having 3 showers a day in Singapore, you're not doing it right. That place is moist. Very, very moist. And of course, it is the very first Formula One Night Grand Prix, and this year being the 10th anniversary. This was a season-changing race to the F1 season. Spectacular. But to find out more, we need to talk to the F1 Human Encyclopedia with a very low tolerance for spicy food. Singapore is literally a ticking time bomb for this man. Luke, he can't take much spice whatsoever. Lucas, how are you, my good man?
I'm very well, Adam. How are you?
I'm good. What a race. Spectacular.
I was damaging the Dalton.
You were, weren't you?
Too much spice.
Just the look of a bit of spice and you are off your shoot for a bit. I'll be back in 20. Don't wait up.
Pause the race.
Oh, boy. Get him some extra double ply. Yeah. Quickly. Now, rather than talk about the race, which we normally do, we chat about it, why don't we attempt to commentate it? Because we've had some feedback from the Effing One fans. Well, when I say that, your mum, she really likes it when we attempt to commentate the highlight package of the race, because she's too busy. She hasn't got time to watch the whole race.
She's baking a lot.
She's very big on baking, and she just wants to get the information that she needs in a quick, convenient 5 minutes. So let's commentate the race for Singapore 2018, and it's lights out, and we are racing off the tut, and look at them go. And it's Hamilton with Sebastian Vettel on the outside and Verstappen on the inside. What's happening now, Luke?
Oh, Verstappen takes the inside of the corner.
Oh.
Sebastian goes a little bit wide just to get a nice little running him down the main straight. Sebastian gets a good run. Perez absolutely punts Ocon into the wall.
The Tijuana Tesla smashed it into the wall.
They haven't pulled a safety car yet. There's still yellow flags in that sector.
And is it Sebastian Vettel on the inside? Sebastian, Luke, Sebastian's on the inside. He's going to take Verstappen into second place. He's taking back that spot. He's got him.
Sebastian takes the outside run.
Beautiful move.
The safety car is pulled now, and the race is settled.
Good timing, taking Verstappen
and
just
we look
before
at
the yellow
the
flag.
onboard of Ocon. The Haas completely ignores the corner, so Ocon goes around the outside. There's plenty of room for him, and then Perez just punts him into the wall.
His teammate has just smashed him into the wall.
This isn't the first time these two have tussled, and the Tijuana Tussler once again puts Ocon in the wall.
Smash!
Vettel comes into the pits on lap 15.
Trying the undercut. He's going to try to get in front of the guy.
Surprising that they
in the
put
lead.
The
Fresh
Ultra
tires.
Softs or the Hyper Softs onto the car instead of the... It was the Hyper Softs they put on the car.
I think it might have been. Yeah. Interesting tactic. And there goes Red Bull, and it's Verstappen into the pits.
Verstappen 3 laps later on lap 18 comes into pits, put his
good pit
yellow
stop,
soft tyres on.
Out again. Pretty happy though, Red Bull boys. Looking good.
Sebastian coming down the main straight. Verstappen on the inside, on the exit of pit lane, getting fed back onto the track just in front and pushes little Sebastian wide. Max takes second place.
The undercut didn't work for Ferrari. Sebastian Vettel, never mind. Didn't work out for you. Verstappen's happy, and off he goes into the distance with Verstappen third.
And we're having a look at Gasly having a lock-up. He's struggling on old tyres as Charles Leclerc takes a run on him. Tries the under-over. Big squirrely moment from Gasly. Nose to tail. Leclerc goes around the outside. Gasly locks up again. Leclerc does the under-over. Gets the job done. Going down to near to the bridge.
Looking good. Rehearsing for Ferrari. He's looking good for next year.
Easy, and place is sorted.
Well done. Now
Perez. Who are we on board with? Perez and Sorokin.
Yes.
Side by side. Through a couple of corners. And then Perez just turns right.
Oh, no.
Hits the Sergei Sorokin.
The Mexican hit the Russian.
The Tijuana tussler took the tussle to the Russian, and the Russian
Perez
did not
is on
stand for
fire. That's two stupid things.
Yep.
Oh, Perez.
Sergei did a great job. That's good defending. Went around the outside. Could keep the inside for the next corner. Perez said that he just tried to block him off. He was right beside him. That's the second car he hasn't seen tonight.
It's just so hot in that cockpit. It just plays with your head.
Sweat must drip into the eyes.
In the eye. It's stinging. It's stinging. So, look, battle. And then we've got Hamilton in the lead. Verstappen, Vettel, Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, and some traffic for Hamilton.
So Hamilton has the traffic. Grosjean tries to go on the outside of Sorokin, who's, again, making it very difficult for anyone to overtake him. And he's blocking the path for Hamilton. There's blue flags, blue lights,
blue flags
shining everywhere.
Pull over. It means pull over, but they're not. They're still racing.
They're racing side by side. Max gets right onto the back of Lewis, tries to make a little bit of a jinky move.
Verstappen looks on the inside to Hamilton while there's a bit of argy-bargy at the front.
Sergei lets him past, and then Hamilton is then onto the back of Grosjean. Grosjean ends up getting a penalty for not observing the blue flags.
Yep.
He gets a 5-second time penalty.
And we're travelling now with Verstappen in the car.
Max is complaining over the radio. What are these guys doing?
Yeah, he's a whinger. He's a Dutch whinger. And what's happening there now?
Still Grosjean hasn't let Max past. Williams comes in. Sergei cannot. Sergei had a penalty.
Time penalty.
For what he did to Brendon Hartley. So he's been in the wars today, Sergei. Blocking hard and just puts him into the wall.
Oh, the Kiwi kid got rammed into the wall by the Rusky.
The Rusky goes around the inside and goes, you can go around. No, you can't.
Oh, Hartley. That Kiwi just gets no luck whatsoever.
Bad luck, Brendon. I think we might change. So lap 61 of 61. Lewis coming into the last few corners. He's led it from start to finish. Unchallenged all weekend. This guy has driven a phenomenal race.
Beautiful qualifying.
I don't remember a qualifying lap that was that precise.
Amazing.
And that perfect.
Hamilton takes the win, takes the points, extends the World Championship lead to 40 points. It could be too much. It could be a bridge too far for Sebastian Vettel in second place.
I'm calling it 5 times.
He's calling it. Luke's called it. Second place, Verstappen. Vettel third. That hurts his World Championship chance. Now 40 points behind. Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo. What happened to Dan? What happened to our man Dan, the personality, Ricciardo?
There's no big overtaking spots here.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Monaco.
It is the moist Monaco.
He tried to go long on his first set of tyres and couldn't make the move on Raikkonen and Bottas. They were too far ahead. Alonso, Sainz, Leclerc and Hülkenberg round out the points.
Yeah, wow. The first part, exceptionally exciting. Spectacular under lights. The sparks fly up when the undercarriage of the car hits the track.
You love talking about the undercarriage.
I do like a good undercarriage. And spectacular. But then halfway through the race, it was a bit of a snooze fest. But that's what happens when you can't really overtake, like a Monaco situation.
They needed some rain. But there was a good little battle with Sorokin and everyone.
Yeah.
In the battle for bugger all. The battle for blue flags as well.
And, of course, Sergio Perez not making things boring.
No.
You know, ramming Kiwis into walls. Well, that was Sergio, but he ran his teammate into a wall. That was fantastic to see.
Yeah.
A lot of action in there. Yeah. So, fun race. Good race.
Good time.
And then we should, before we go any further, we should just mention to our F1 podcast listeners, as is tradition of F1 podcast, we are wearing the native uniforms of the featured race. So, of course, being Singapore, Luke is currently wearing his very tight-fitting Merlion outfit.
It's tighter now.
Very, very tight. That's the mythical creature that would terrorise sailors as they sailed through the Singapore Straits, Luke.
That's what I've been doing all day.
All day. Just terrorizing people.
Yeah.
Little kids jumping out,
Yep.
just going, ah!
Scan and hit him with my tail.
Yep. That's what he does.
What Merlines do.
And I, of course, dressed as the Singapore girl. What a great way to fly in my flight stewardess uniform. So let's just get that out of the way before we go any further, just in case. I'm feeling a bit weird. These high heels are killing me. And you look odd.
Well, it's my look.
It's a good look. So let's talk about... Oh, we need to talk to Sebastian Vettel before we talked about the points and the World Championship scenario. We have Sebastian Vettel, a live hookup Skype call line to Sebastian. Should we get his comments on the race?
Yeah, why not?
We should do that.
Hi, Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian.
Hi guys. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Hi guys, it's me, Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion.
Not 5 this year, I don't think.
Oh, just don't remind me. I'm so depressed right now. Jesus. I'll tell you what I'm doing right now, Luke,
What are you doing?
to make myself happy.
I have an idea.
I'm shopping.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking.
Shopping and Arschen bleaching.
That's what I thought.
That's the only way to pick me up. I
Might
need
have
to
been some bleaching or some kind of colonic.
Yeah, it's not so great, Luke. Times are tough for the Mienza Ferrari.
Tough weekend. You've got a fast car, but you don't seem to be capitalising on the championship.
It was a very tricky weekend. Very moist, very hot, very sticky inside the driving suit.
Have you recovered?
Yeah, I'm okay. But I had a little shunt into the wall. Did you see me hit the wall?
Practice? I saw you hit the wall.
It wasn't easy.
No.
I was getting distracted. I was watching Project Runway Season 8 streaming live into the cockpit.
Onto your screen.
Yeah, and Heidi Klum had just said to Ronaldo, you are gone out of the competition. So I went, no way, I love him. I love his work.
Then you hit the wall.
He does the best tailoring, hits the wall. But it's okay.
It's okay. You did all right.
Yeah, I was
Third
like,
point.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
But, in qualifying, not so great. Coming third, not so groovy. But the race, I was looking good, sure. Taking the maxis.
He did get you back in the overcut that he did.
Yeah, so we came in early to the undercutties, but not so great for us because Max come out, and then I'm just staring at Max's 20-year-old ass for the next 60 laps. It was not so great.
No, you didn't like that.
No, it's too
Surprised
young.
me.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the little boys.
No, that's understandable.
So it's a shame. So anyway,
And plans before you head to Russia?
just going to do some more shopping and just feel sorry for myself.
Good.
Yeah. Any chance I can get a dick pic from you?
Not from me this week. No,
okay,
it's
no
a bit
worries.
cold here.
Okay, guys. So what's your podcast called?
The
I don't
F1.
care. Whatever.
Okay.
Okay. See you guys. Bye.
Bye, Sebastian.
See you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was...
He wanted another dick pic.
Every week.
Like, it's the same thing, man.
I know. Just, Sebastian, drop it. You're not going to get one.
Just look at the previous one I sent.
Exactly. You've got that already. You've copied it. But it is nice that you've got a 4-time world champion that takes his time to talk to F1 podcast. That's nice.
Very fortunate.
Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Because he's a big deal, Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, he is.
Unfortunately, he's not winning at the moment. He's 40 points down.
He is 40 points down
That's a shame.
in the championship
Is
behind Lewis.
it too far?
I think it is. I think it's just getting a little bit too far. 25 points for a win. And
Yeah.
Lewis is nearly 2 Grand Prix clear
Yeah.
with, I think it's 6 to go.
Yeah, you kind of tell by looking at Sebastian. His body language kind of tells you that he's not happy and that he might have resigned himself to the fact that this is not his year.
And he's blamed himself, and he kind of has to. He's made mistakes this year, and Lewis has been cool, calm, and collected. As much as we're not huge Lewis Hamilton fans of personality, but in terms of the man who's in the car, he's a phenomenal driver.
And that qualifying lap was outstanding. And that's 2 races in a row. He has been just unbeatable. So fast.
I've noticed you're wearing you've been modelling some of Lewis's new collection from Tommy Hilfiger during the week.
Yes. Yeah, very tight fitting. Lots of gold chains. Yeah.
It suits you.
Thank you.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
I like it. It's expensive stuff.
I can only commend you.
Thank you, sir. His hair needs a bit of work, though. That's not the best looking haircut.
So he doesn't make up his mind every Grand Prix. He's changing his hairstyle. But we're not going to be the podcast that talks about fashion.
No, we're not, because that's Sebastian Vettel, and we already get way too much when we cross live.
He's rubbing off on me.
He is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's not talk about fashion, because Sebastian will be just calling us up again on Skype, wanting to talk more and asking for more dick pics. So that's not a great idea. So fastest lap of the race?
Fastest lap of the race was Kevin Magnussen. Driver of the day for the F1 awards was Max Verstappen.
Driver of the day, Max Verstappen,
yeah.
not Lewis.
Not Lewis, not Sergey. I think Lewis was pretty phenomenal.
How could you possibly beat that effort? How could Hamilton do any better?
I think everyone thinks that because it's, the battle they had post-pits, it was pretty much the only battle that had significance in the race.
Yep.
The fastest pit stop was Lance Stroll. Williams finally gets another one, a 2.20 second pit stop for 4 tyres. Car stops, pick up the car, 4 tyres off, 4 tyres on, 2.2 seconds.
What?
It's pretty bloody quick.
Williams, they're back.
They're back.
They
It's
can
the only
change
thing they're winning.
The only thing they're good at, changing tyres.
There should be a championship in that.
Hopefully some championship points.
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Bupkis.
Maybe when we look at making F1 great again, which is what we do really well here at F1 Podcast, we come up with suggestions. We take them to Liberty Media, the
We're
owners.
innovators.
That's exactly right. We come up with ideas like throwing water balloons on the track to increase, better driving, to get the track wet.
Yeah.
A pinata was another great one. That was a great idea we had.
Yep, the reverse parking challenge.
Yep.
Another great one, the shopping bag challenge, where the shopping bags were held off various appendages of the car.
And you couldn't
Another
break.
great idea.
Couldn't break any eggs, so
No,
you'd lose time penalty points.
Time penalty points.
And just recapping, we went to Liberty Media. We were a bit offended. We went all the way to the US, which we found out later on isn't where the headquarters of Liberty Media is. But we turned up at one of their houses. Whose house was that?
That was Chase Carey.
Yes, it was. That's right.
Yep.
And that lovely lady that worked there as well. She was pleasant. And we gave them the ideas, like all these ideas that we've posted on our F1 Podcast Twitter page. Nothing. Did we hear anything?
No.
Not a single recommendation has been taken up.
I got a cease and desist
You did?
and also a restraining order
Yes.
from Chase Carey.
Yeah.
So
See-
I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah. It's a shame because there were some really good ideas in there.
There was.
I'm just saying, I just think there was some, like the reverse parking challenge.
That's pretty solid.
Sure, Formula One drivers can drive fast. Can they reverse a car into
we
a
had
tight
some
parallel
serious
park?
ideas. We had adjustable ride heights for, like a DRS, but you can follow closer if you can change the suspension settings on the car.
Yep.
Because adjustable ride heights are illegal. Just there was legitimate things and there
Yep.
was fun things that were just going to make F1 a little bit silly, but for the
Entertaining.
viewership, entertaining. That's it's
For
a
those
business.
who aren't fans of Formula One racing, there might be elements that they can relate to, like need a head. Yes, I'm racing this motor car very quickly. Oh, I need to pop down the shops get some eggs. Just had a text from the wife.
Yeah.
Pop some eggs in the bag. Stick it on the rear view mirror. Better not break any, or I'll lose some points.
Yeah.
See, that's ended. See, my wife would like watching that.
She would.
She would.
She'd really appreciate. Also, a connect.
Yeah.
You connect with her. Go, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. I can reverse park. No, she can't. Nor can I, for that matter. But I appreciate
You drive
someone
by
that-
braille.
Yeah, very much. But I appreciate someone that can, Luke.
Yes.
So more awards that have been whittled by producer Pete. He is not just the world's best producer.
He's the world's best whittler.
He's a wonderful whittler. What are we up to now?
We have
We haven't awarded any.
Not
awards.
our awards.
Oh no.
We just gave out
Okay.
the F1 awards, which has nothing to do with us. We're
No.
just stating a fact of what was on the interweb.
No one cares about. Everyone cares about these awards.
These awards. These are the ones that everyone wants. Some of them they don't want.
and they're going to get them anyway.
Most of them they don't want.
No one's actually ever picked up their trophy. They're still waiting to be
When we
picked up.
head to Melbourne next year, we're going to give.
Hand deliver them.
Yeah.
Try and throw them back in our face. Just try it. Do you know how much work Peter's had to do whittling these? Do you realise?
Every Grand Prix whittling away.
Lewis.
Should see his fingers.
It's like stubs. They're just like little stubs.
Little fingers.
Little fingers. But perfect hair. Oh, Pete's always got perfect
immaculate.
hair. So the first FE1 Podcast Award that you're going to be handing out, Luke, for the Singapore 2018 Grand Prix, the highly treasured and respected FE1 Award for Singapore. The first one's the Green Award.
The Green Award?
The Green Award.
Yep. So it's lowering the carbon footprint. We know F1 burns a lot of fossil fuels, and we look to give a team who's got the initiative or the unfortunate of running out of the Grand Prix early, but they're saving fuel, they're saving the environment, they're forward thinking, it's great. As we go hybrid, we need to think green.
That's exactly right.
The one team
That's
that
the
thought
future
green,
of Formula One.
Sergio Perez thought green. He goes, you know what, if I put my teammate into the wall, we've saved one car from a whole race of burning fuel. So Esteban Ocon in the wall gets the F1 Podcast
sacrifice his teammate
for the good of
the
the
environment.
Yep.
Sergio Perez.
Well done.
Besides that, horrible drive on the day. I mean, you basically just made a fool of yourself and pushed everyone into the wall and ruined racing as we know it, but saving the environment.
Saving the environment.
Thank you, Perez.
That's why there's an award for that.
Correct.
You come away empty-headed? No.
No, you don't.
You get the green award.
Correct. Everyone's a winner, like at school. You're a winner. You're a winner.
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner. The next award we're handing out is celebrating the biggest waste of time during the race. Luke, who wins the UGE Day Award? Can't believe I said that right again.
You did. I'm very proud of you.
It's taken a while, but I've been rehearsing.
Yeah. You stand in front of the mirror. UGE Day. UGE Day.
I was rushing it. I'm going slower now.
Good. Take your time. Force India get it this week.
Two in a row.
Yeah, because they turned up and not only did he Perez put his teammate into the wall, but also that he went ahead and hit the side of Sorokin and just sort of wasted everyone's time and then got a penalty on top of that.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't have turned up. The team qualified both cars in the top 10.
Yeah.
They were in a good opportunity to get points, and they came away with bubkus.
Yep. It was layer upon layer
So from hero to zero, you get no points on a Saturday. So you can qualify in top 10 all you want. You get nothing. It's Sunday that counts, and they didn't get any points.
Correct.
Perez, Ocon, bad luck Ocon. Perez, you're a bit of a dick.
Poor old Ocon.
But you do get the UGE Day Award Force India, so it's not all...
It's not all bad.
Yeah.
So you can walk away with something. Hold your head up high.
One of Pete's many whittlings.
He is very good. It's very, very good. It's just the handiwork, the attention to detail.
His little hands, that's why they're so
just
good.
the little
Intricate.
hands. Intricate. Attention to detail. Time for the F1 Podcast Award for making Formula One great. Again, Luke, who out there made Formula One great?
Now, this man hasn't won much this year. He's probably won a Green Award. He's probably won the UGE Day Wasting Everyone's Time Shouldn't Have Turned Up Award. But this one, for making F1 great again, for the Singapore Grand Prix, no, it's not Lewis Hamilton.
Oh.
It's Sergei Sorokin, the man who battled just about everyone, and a bit of Lewis as well.
Yes.
He made it interesting. He fought hard in many corners against Perez, against Grosjean, against Hartley. He made it entertaining and fun where no one else was doing anything. So for you made F1 great again.
Well done, sir.
Well done, Sergey.
Well done.
I salute you.
He just was on fire. Just beautiful work.
Yep. I think he's second last or dead last, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Does he go away empty-handed?
No, he doesn't. No. He has
the F1
Podcast Award. Well done to you, sir. I like this award. This is one of my favourites. The award for dangerous driving, which I think is a really important part of Formula One. Without dangerous driving, it is just dudes driving around in a circle. So let's go for the Pastor Maldonado Award. Who's going to win that?
They could only... Sergei Sorokin had a bit of an argy-bargy, nearly put Brendon into the wall.
Yep.
But the one man who did put someone in a wall... he also...
Perez?
It's Sergio Perez.
It's Sergio!
The Tijuana tussler...
He's on fire today.
Not only did he put his teammate at the wall, but then he smashed into the side of Sergei Sorokin just for measure. And you win the Pastor Maldonado Award. For anyone who doesn't know, Pastor Maldonado is quite an aggressive and a man who likes to crash, not necessarily into the wall, but he likes to crash into other people.
Yeah.
He was very good at it.
Yeah.
Nearly could have called him T-Bone. He T-boned so many people.
He was really, really good at that.
He won one race for Williams.
Yeah, he did. Don't know how that happened.
No.
That was an absolute fluke.
Yeah. And
Everyone
where are
else-
Williams now?
Yeah,
And
wow.
actually, after that race, funnily enough, Williams had a garage fire after that race. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves that. That's fantastic. That's my favourite award, I reckon. Dangerous Driving Award. What about the Lick It and Send It Award for the best overtaking manoeuvre?
Now, you could give it to Perez
You could.
because he did end up overtaking people by, putting them in a wall or
And
crashing into the
it's a
side of
hard
them.
track to pass on. There wasn't that much passing going on.
It is, but the one that I will, because he licked it and sent someone into the wall.
Yes.
But the Lick It and Send Award for the best overtaking manoeuvre, I'll give it to Charles Leclerc on his move on Pierre Gasly. So that was a great move, battle for a couple of corners, end up getting the job done. Well done, Leclerc.
Well
he
done,
put
sir.
he put his car in the right position on entry to corners, and then he had a good drive out of corners, and then dived down and got the job done while Gasly was locking up left, right, and centre
Yep.
on struggling tyres.
He's had a ripper. He's had a bonza year, hasn't he? He's been amazing.
Ferrari bound, and he will do very well.
He is chuffed. He's buoyed with confidence. He's kind of the opposite of what our man, Mr. Personality, Dan Ricciardo, is right now. He's having a tough trot, especially after the wins in Monaco. China looked amazing. All the momentum. Then signs with Renault. And I do remember saying that I don't think Dan's going to win another race.
You did say that.
Nor will he finish in front of his teammate for the rest of the year, I think.
You are very rife on the conspiracy theories.
It's
with
a
that.
bit of a conspiracy theory that there's no way they'll let him win, considering he's not going to be driving for them next year. But everything points to something dodgy going on there.
Yeah. I don't subscribe to conspiracy theories. I think Red Bull want to do the best they can no matter who's in front because it doesn't matter. Like, they're not going for a championship if...
That's true. It's not in their best interest
Yeah.
to, dampen his chances of winning.
But I think for the next race, both Daniel and Max will take engine penalties because they're going to go back to the version 2 Renault.
The Spec 3's not working.
I think they haven't... It's not reliable enough. So there's passing opportunities here at Sochi, so I think it'll be good enough to get them.
And is it true that Dan isn't allowed into the meetings, the technical meetings with Red Bull? They're kind of leaving him outside in the lounge by himself by the water cooler because they're worried that he's going to take some information to Renault next year.
I think it's more for the development of next year's car. So if they're doing simulator runs for next year's car or developments of next year's car, he won't be in those meetings or simulation sessions. But if it comes to pre-practice or pre-quali race and post-engineering briefings, he's definitely in on that because they need to work on the car for the weekend. And they'll also have a run pattern. We're going to do 5 laps on this much fuel with these tyres. We want to see what they perform in race conditions. So they'll have a run, and they'll also have engineering debriefs to tune the car, make it quicker, chats with Max, all the engineering department to make the car quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of next year's car, obviously we'll have because there is a development side of Milton Keynes that he obviously won't have access to because that will have next year's car already in development and probably already being made.
Yep. You can say it, though. You can say it.
You can.
Helmet Marco is just saying, Dan, when he turns up, just jump in the car and drive it.
You can.
That's all you're getting. Just drive it. Now get out.
Yeah.
Now get in your trailer.
I actually saw a video of him on a flight from Singapore doing some stretching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helmet Marco. Can't imagine him stretching much.
Daniel was doing some stretching.
He hasn't touched his toes since 74.
He can't.
No.
He can't see his toes because one of his eyes isn't real.
Oh, Dan's been doing some stretching.
Yeah. The time lapse he did with his sponsor GoPro.
Oh, he's in first class.
But what I think he might be doing, I reckon, because this weekend there's a preliminary final for the West Coast Eagles. He's a number 1 ticket holder for the West Coast Eagles. I'm guessing he might jump to WA from Singapore. Not a long flight.
Yeah.
Watch the game and then fly back to Europe.
Gee, that's really cool footage. That's really great. Just the GoPro.
I wrote that I did that in economy class and everyone was pissed off.
It's harder. Yeah, when you're in first class, you get that much room. It's But when you're in economy, yeah, you can't really do that
My
sort of
feet
stuff.
was in one guy's face and my head
Yeah.
was in a girl's lap, and I was just doing these stretches.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they thought
yeah.
it was really odd.
Yeah. It's okay, guys. I did the F1 podcast.
I got restrained.
Yeah. Security wrapped him up real tight. Yeah, cool. Okay, well, let's do F1 news. What have you got
F1
for us
news.
for F1 news?
So much news.
So much stuff.
So much news. Charlie Whiting said they wasted the paint on the exit of turn 7 at Singapore because a lot of the guys were running wide, so they thought, we'll put a paint line down, and if anyone touches that paint line, your quali lap will be disqualified.
Yep.
And if you go over it in the race, which Romain Grosjean went over it in the race, but they said if you go over it 3 times, you're taking the mickey, we're going to give you a bad sportsmanship flag, which means bugger all,
What?
really.
That's like a bad sportsmanship prize? Do you get like a
We
little
can't have another award.
pendant? Some sort of... That's weird.
Yeah, you get a pointy hat and you sit in the corner.
Yeah, wow. Big penalty.
So there's not a huge amount of news coming out of Singapore. Hamilton, everyone's saying that he's clearly on form. Renault is suggesting that Red Bull will go to Spec B, which means they'll take more engine penalties. I read an article about Charles Leclerc in the early years and just how you could tell that he was on it straight away. Whenever he got in the car, he was quick. And where other drivers like Lando Norris and George Russell would take time to build up to the speed that he was at, he could be on it within a session. And the thing is, he can drive around issues, which Montoya did and Schumacher did. If it had understeer, he could drive around it. If he had oversteer, he could drive around it. And if they want to make the car better, it's difficult to make the car better when someone can drive around a car's issues.
Yeah.
So you need someone who can develop a car and go, this is understeering here, instead of a really, really fast driver going, give me the car, I'll drive it quick.
So just a genetic natural driver opposed to one that learns the trade.
Super quick.
He's so good.
So, there's not a huge amount of news.
No more news for driver lineup for 2019?
No, we can really only speculate, which is, we do that very well.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Yeah. So who do you think's going to drive in the second seat for Sauber? With Raikkonen, with our favourite Finn.
Gee, I think...
Will it be Antonio Giovinazzi? Will it be Pascal Wehrlein has been considered for Toro Rosso?
There's so many good drivers that are going to miss out. I mean, you've got Van Dorn that's going to miss out on it, and Ocon is going to miss out on a drive. It just seems unfair. They need more cars. Although I know there's talk about having a third car in some of the teams, which seems maybe a little unfair for the teams that can't afford it.
Yeah.
But that would certainly pack out the field and you wouldn't lose any great drivers.
I wouldn't mind the idea of guest performances. So if one of the IndyCar drivers comes over for a race, then they get to drive for a Mercedes.
Yeah.
They don't earn championship points in a sense of like they can if they win a race, or they'll get 25 points, whatever. But I don't think that they're only going to be in for one race. So guest performances, Mario Andretti said that this is an idea because that's how he started his career as a guest driver for Lotus. So they had a third car he drove.
Yep.
And that's how he got his start in F1. And I think it'd be a good opportunity for people,
That'd be pretty cool.
You and me in a third car.
Why not?
Yeah.
Ferrari?
We have to
What
get
would you
fit,
take?
though.
What car are you going to choose?
Ooh.
You got to choose one car on the grid. Any choice? Okay, assuming you're a good driver. Let's pretend you're a good driver. You know how to drive well.
All right, I'm pretending a lot.
Squint hard. Okay,
This is my pretending
you're
face.
a great driver. Any car you're going to choose, it's going to be either Ferrari or Mercedes, isn't it? Which one are you going to go for?
I would drive the Mercedes
Yep.
because I'd want to go against Lewis.
Yep.
I'm
And
going,
as an all-round package and a whole team, you think they're a bit more reliable.
Toto, it'd be good to hang around Toto, the Totonator.
The Toto
Luke, you
Wolf.
get in the car.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Toto. Just the accent. You make me. I can do anything right
He
now.
melts me.
Yeah, he does. I think I'd probably drive for... I'm going to go McLaren. Don't know why. Just going to say McLaren.
Ferrari would be
feel
good
sorry.
to get
I feel
into
sorry
that
for them.
red car. To be surrounded by the red would be pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But I want to feel what that Mercedes power is like.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be
it
pretty
just-
cool.
I hear that you just put your foot down and it just keeps giving you torque.
We should go karting again.
We should.
Yeah,
We will.
Let's have a karting competition. Now, you always beat me, though.
We'll get fit.
Well, and I weigh too much.
Yeah,
I've got
so
too
we
much
need to
weight
lose
in the
some
car.
weight. We drop it.
Yeah.
We do our little driver fitness thing.
That's
for a couple of weeks.
We're doing that.
And then we'll go karting.
We're going to go on the driver fitness
Why not?
regime.
Because we'll have Suzuka coming up. So it's a day race for us. I'll take the day off from work.
Sure.
We've got, after the Sochi Grand Prix, we've got 2 weeks. We'll get lean.
Yeah, we'll shred.
We're in shape. We chose round.
Yeah.
And then we'll go the morning. We'll go out to a kart track.
Yep.
Have some fun.
Yep.
In the afternoon, we'll come back.
Watch the Grand Prix.
Actually, Bathurst is on the same day, so we can watch Bathurst until the Grand Prix starts. We've got a day sorted. Tell your missus.
Let's live stream the Formula One Grand Prix. Sorry, honey, I won't be home for a while. I'm sure the kids will be okay. Let's do it.
Put them in their cage. They'll be fine.
Yes.
Water and
Just
some
leave
food.
Bowl of water out for them. They'll be fine.
Some seed.
No, we do not condone that kind of behaviour. We would never do that. But
I would.
I am definitely thinking
That's
that
why
we
I'm not a
should.
parent.
I'm thinking we should definitely do a go-karting and Formula One day. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we need to talk to. Yes, we do. Oh, before we do. Do we have an effing what? We're going to speak to Brendon Hartley,
I
the
do have
Toro
an
Rosso
effing
driver,
what.
very shortly.
Should we intro it?
Yes, it's time for
Effing
What? Where you bamboozle us with crazy, awesome Formula One facts.
Yeah.
What have you got for us this week?
I have an interesting thing. The front suspension of a Formula One car can cope with up to 2 tons of pressure.
Wow.
So a Formula One car weighs around 740 kilos, but the front suspension can take on that much, which is mainly downforce pressure as well, which would push the car down, but also have a bit of extra. And if you were to make an F1 car, just make it, it would be, a car would cost, like all the componentry, not the development costs, not anything like that, but just engine, gearbox, the whole 80,000 components would cost you around $6.8 million US.
Wow.
Just for the car.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
6.8
million. There's a lot of money in this sport, isn't there?
Yeah.
Tons of money.
80,000 parts.
That's crazy.
Imagine putting that together in your Lego.
Imagine that. Imagine losing one.
Yeah.
John, where's part number 33441?
If you don't assemble it 100%, the car won't work.
Bugger.
And another little fact for the effing what segment is you can't turn an engine on cold. You actually have to use hot oil and hot water to go through the engine to expand the metal so the pistons can actually fire.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, you can't turn it on cold. It has to be warmed up. So the fluids will go through, warm the engine, expand the metal, and therefore the pistons can actually move and fire. Or else they won't move.
Water's hot, water's running through it.
Mm-hmm. It's like your radiator.
Wow.
It's got to keep it.
Yep.
It's got to heat it up.
Yep.
So before the session, about half an hour before, they'll start heating the car up to make sure that it can run.
Wow.
Or else it won't start. There's no starter button. They actually have a starter they plug into the back of the car to start it up.
There's no key on a little
No switch,
rabbit
no starter.
tail.
But now with
thing.
the hybrid energy, so if the car stops on track, they can actually restart it through the electrical system,
Right.
where before they couldn't do that.
Just hot wire it.
Yeah. So there used to be some guys could get push started, but now they can use the electrical energy. As long as there's electrical engine energy in the car,
Yep.
they can restart it from that point.
Wow. There you go. Good to know.
Bit of effing what?
Bit of effing what? Love that segment. Always tantalising stuff you always bring to the table. Interesting facts. Something else we need to bring to the table is the unluckiest man in Formula One, Brendon Hartley, the Kiwi Kids. We have a segment that's very, very popular. Very popular with Luke's mum. It is called Finding a Job with Brendon.
Poor Brendon.
Poor Brendon. He's unlucky, not just because he's got a rubbish accent. That Kiwi accent is slightly annoying, but because he can't drive a car. And that's a problem when you're a Formula One driver.
As an F1 driver, it's
As an F1
it's a severe bugaboo.
A prerequisite normally is to be able to drive a car. If you can't, you're in a bit of strife. So we're going to check in with Brendon, who, let's just a quick recap. His position at Toro Rosso has been precarious. He's worried that he's going to lose his seat, rightly so.
Even his boss, Franz Tost, said Brendon needs to improve his performance.
Yeah.
I don't know how saying that will actually help.
Yeah, that doesn't help when you mention
that's
that.
That's basically, he's not going to be driving with us next year.
Yeah, it's unlikely. So he's actually, which is great for him, he's furthering his education. He's upping his skill set and he's learning new skills.
He's doing some, what do they call it, work experience?
Work experience.
Just to, you do it in high school if you're not too smart. You get the school-based traineeship. Yeah. So he's kind of doing that.
Yeah, he's doing it through Centrelink, which is the Australian version of the unemployment agency that you go to try to find a job. So his last week he was in Singapore. Well, in Monza, he was driving. In the spare time, he was working on a contract cleaning toilets.
Yep, the Portaloos.
Portaloos at the Formula One Grand Prix. The same last week with Singapore. Should we check in with him, see how he's gone?
Let's see how he's going.
All right. Again, this segment is Finding a Job with Brendon. Hey, Brendon. Hello. Welcome to Centrelink.
Oh, g'day. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. Just wondering how you got, how you went with the Singapore Grand Prix.
Oh, the Grand Prix wasn't very good.
No?
I didn't do too well. I nearly got put into the wall. I didn't get any points. But yeah, the car just wasn't quick enough.
Yeah. So, did you find it difficult to drive the car and also clean the toilets?
No, I had plenty of time because I wasn't driving very fast, so I could just stop off every now and then and go to the Portaloos and check them out. But the Portaloos are a little bit different there than they were in Monza, so I found it a little bit difficult.
Yeah, different diets, different
there was
mess.
It's a lot messier.
Yeah.
And I found it difficult.
More curry. But
also the plumbing system was a little bit different in Singapore. They they don't have like a plumbing system, it just seems to be a hole in the ground, and it was quite difficult to clean them.
Yeah, well, you did a great job from all reports. You really cleaned up nicely in Singapore.
I can't get that taste out of my mouth, though.
I'm sure there was a fair bit of splashback. And I know you're not good with spicy food, Brendon, but you did really, really well. So we'd like to offer you a contract at Sochi. That's the next race of the Formula One calendar in Russia.
Okay, what am I going to do there?
Well, we're thinking we might give you a break from the toilets, from the Portaloo.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, and use your skills, a skill set that you're really good at, and that's driving slowly.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So we're going to put you in the Dodgem car area and the theme park at Sochi, and you can look after the Dodgem cars and even drive a few if you like.
Oh, that'd be good. That means I can go on all the other rides and play, the clown that his mouth moves. You put the balls in and you win the giant comb, because my hair's a bit of a mess in Singapore because it's all sweaty.
Yeah, that's right. So you can do that, and then you can jump in the Toro Rosso car, have your little drive. You'll probably crash early. So we'll expect you back here, maybe mid-race, to look after the other Dodgem cars.
I really hope I don't get those confused and get into Toro Rosso and start driving around and bumping into people. That'd be really weird. And then turning up to the other job in my overalls and helmet.
Well, going to be honest with you, can't get much worse.
I can't unless I'm in a McLaren.
That's true, Brendon. So you happy to do that this weekend?
Oh, yeah, in the spare time, I'll go ahead and do that.
All right, Brendon. All right, here's your contract. See you at Sochi.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was Finding a Job with Brendon. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice they gave him another opportunity.
He's got such a go-getting attitude.
He's so positive.
Yeah. I'd be like, what? You're disrespecting me.
Yep.
You throw me under the bus. I'm not that slow a driver.
How can you make me toilets? Why am I cleaning a Portaloo?
Yeah. No. He's there.
But
elbows deep.
That's the Kiwi spirit, isn't it? Takes it on the chin, rolls his sleeves up, just gets dirty.
It's a bit odd that he said he couldn't get that taste out of his mouth in Singapore. I didn't quite understand that.
Do you think he was having to unblock some toilets with a siphon with one of those hoses?
I think it might have been siphon. That could be it.
Yeah. Well, but he doesn't complain.
No.
Good on him.
Great attitude.
Good attitude. I love that.
I think in his report card at the end of the year it'll be Attitude, A+.
Yeah, and that's going to help because
Everything else will be bad.
well, he's definitely not getting a job in Formula One, so he needs to look to the future. And if it's Portaloos and, being a carny at the circus, then good on him. By the way, we need to slip into our native costumes for the next race because it's coming up.
We're heading to Russia.
Yes, we're going to Sochi, Russia. And as is tradition at F1 Podcasts, we have to wear the native costumes of the featured race. So, Luke, you've already slipped into your outfit. Looking good. Hey, that wasn't hard at all.
No, I have a quick release for that Merlion outfit. I had to install one because those curries went straight through me.
Yeah, they did. So, Luke, we've gone for, rather than a costume, we've gone for two of Russia's favourite characters, the Russian twins. So you've now taken off your shirt, you've got your military Russian trousers on, you've shaved your entire body from top to toe, not an inch of hair on you. Spectacular. You oiled yourself up and you're wrestling a bear. You've got a bear on your side. You can only be one person.
Who would it be?
Vladimir?
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir.
I call him Vlad for
Just
short.
Wrestling a bear with your shirt off.
Yeah.
Looking good. And yes, I am Russia's other favourite son. Orange hair, red tie. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's right. There's no reason why I would think that it would be Russia. Russia is fake news. There's no collusion. Kim Jong-un loves his people.
That's right. I am the orange man.
I thought you were Ronald McDonald there for a second.
Could be. I look almost identical. So two of Russia's favourite sons, and it's itchy.
It would be.
Yeah.
I didn't know he wore Hessian.
No. I have a sudden urge to belittle a minority or something. I just feel this urge to abuse someone.
That's not out of character.
No, it's not. So let's preview Sochi. Can you take us through the circuit, Luke? How does this track that has very little tyre wear look? It's pretty quick.
Very quick. There's 18 corners at the Sochi Autodrome. One of my favourites is turn 3. It's a long, pretty much a 180-degree long left-hander.
Oh, nice.
The flat chat. That's where Sebastian got punted by Verstappen. 2 years ago. 2 DRS zones this year. The first Grand Prix was 2014. It's 53 laps, and the circuit length is 5.848 kilometres. In the race distance will be 309. The lap record is held by Kimi Räikkönen with a 1 minute 36.844. It's a cool track. There is opportunity to overtake, and I think that's why Red Bull will change the engines, because there is possibility of overtaking here.
And they've got no chance of winning it.
And as you know, there's clearly two championships when it comes to Formula One racing. There's the leading championship between Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari, and then there's everyone else.
Yeah.
So even if they start at the back, Max and Daniel, they'll fight their way up to 5th and 6th.
Which is actually a really intriguing battle, that second tier battle, because that is super close.
It is. Fernando Alonso is doing a phenomenal job, as he did from the weekend. He qualified 11th and made his way up to 7th with a long first strategy. He was actually, on the radio after quali, they said, "Oh, you're P11." He's like, "Yes, that's exactly what we wanted." So that he had a free tyre choice. He could start the race on slightly harder tyres, run long, jump a few people, and then bang, he's in the points. Good strategy from McLaren.
Yeah, really good strategy. Surprised he didn't get driver of the day. That was a pretty good race.
Yeah.
So this track favours the powerful engines. You can't imagine anyone else other than Ferrari and Mercedes taking this out. You can't imagine a Renault doing very well here, could you?
I can't.
Now, Bottas loves this track.
Yep.
He's very good at this. I think he, from memory, won his very first Grand Prix on this track.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think he's a chance this time? Because I can't imagine Bottas winning anything ever again.
I think Lewis is in too good a form, and I think he's riding his confidence. And he's quite a confident man all the time, but he's justifying it with the laps he's doing and the races he's putting together.
Yeah.
He's been very, very, very good this year.
And it helps when you've got Jesus on your side.
Of course.
Because he's talking about that nonstop. Unless he's losing. In which case, he doesn't
It's not
have
Jesus.
Jesus on his side. It's someone else. But that's, yeah.
No one else seems to be that Christian on the
No,
grid.
no one talks about it that much.
So maybe some other people need to convert
There we go.
and get Jesus on their side. They might win some Grand Prix.
Yeah, there we go.
Just putting it out there, Ricardo.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you found Jesus?
You got to find the Jesus.
Bring Jesus into your life.
You might win a Grand Prix. Ah. That's terrible.
Or you drive a Toyota Prius.
Prius. So it is going to be most likely Hamilton and Sebastian must win this race.
Yeah.
If he's to have any chance, because we're only 6 to go, 6
I'm going to
races.
predict Kimi Raikkonen is going to win this
Is
race
that right?
because Sebastian's going to get desperate and he might have a bit of a prang with Lewis.
And he does stupid things when he's desperate and he's trying too hard.
Yeah.
Which has been the story of his season, really.
This year.
Too many mistakes.
Yeah.
And he said that.
Yeah.
He said his worst enemy is himself.
Yep. He looked at the mirror when he said that.
Yeah. He said, hey, guys, my worst enemy is me. But also
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
who's the craziest guy of all? Unluckiest. But his team's been pretty ordinary. Like, he's had some pretty ordinary tactics coming from the pit wall.
Tactics have been bad, but Mercedes had some bad tactics early on in the season. They lost the Australian Grand Prix because of bad tactics. And there was another race again later in the season where they lost from tactics. China, they could have pitted Lewis and let him race with Max and Daniel.
Yep.
He would have had a chance to pit then. But yeah, and they Mercedes nearly screwed Lewis in Germany, but he didn't come into pit lane. So if he'd done what the team ordered, they didn't have Bottas's tyres ready. So he would have been stuck even further back. But we are on to Sochi, and I think it's going to be a good race between those two. But I reckon someone's going to get it. The thing is, even if Lewis won't be upset if Sebastian takes him out because Sebastian won't get points.
Well,
he won't
exactly.
get points.
Exactly.
So therefore the gap stays the same with one less Grand Prix to do. So
And he can always just sit in second place right behind Sebastian from now on and still win.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of how that points that
would
would work out, but
still work, yeah.
he could sit behind Sebastian in every race from now on, which he could well do, and still win the championship.
Yeah.
So Sebastian's got some work to do. He needs
I think there's a twist. There's another twist in this championship.
Surely Hamilton will have some kind of mechanical problem, or there'll be a mistake somewhere. That's when it needs to pounce. But
Won't
Sebastian,
be Jesus' fault.
it won't be. But Sebastian really needs to be error-free from now on, and he needs to start winning some races, or this is going to be over.
He needs to be precise.
He needs to be on it, right on it. So we need to also find out the tipping championship that you and I have, Luke.
The tipping championship?
Tipping champ that we have an ongoing tally for.
Are we still doing that?
Yep. That means I'm getting some bad vibes from you. I believe I'm 7
points up.
up as we get a point for...
Are we promoting the lemonade drink, 7 Up?
7 up. We get a point for choosing the right qualifier and the winner in the team battles. So...
You are still 7 points up.
Oh! Gee, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. I chose Bottas to somehow jump Hamilton in the race purely by something happening, not by pace. And I did the same for Hartley and Gasly. I went with Grosjean. You went with Magnussen. Grosjean beat him in quali, beat him in the race. So I had 2 points up, but then my little split decisions,
Where did you suffer?
I lost those points. So I lost 2 points. So it stays at you plus 7. You are still 7 up.
Oh, you ripper. It's a comfortable buffer.
I'm feeling to do something stupid.
I'm like Hamilton, just with a comfortable buffer. I'm just going to bring it home now. I can afford to lose a point every race and still win this world championship, this tipping world championship. So let's make some quick tip predictions, Luke, and then move on. Let's go to Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes, who are you tipping?
I'm going to throw one out there. I was going to say Valtteri, but I'm taking it back immediately. Hamilton. I thought about it, and now I can't do it.
Hamilton for both?
Yes, please.
All right, I'm going to go Bottas Hamilton. Actually, no, I'm going to go Hamilton.
You go to Hamilton.
I can't lose another
point.
point.
You can't do it. You can't afford it.
The Ferrari.
See, now you've got to take risks to
I know.
try to keep in touch. This is the scary part for you.
Yeah.
It's a mind game now for you.
What are you, Kimi? It's a mind game?
Sebastian for me.
Sebastian. I will also go Sebastian. Red Bull Racing.
Oh, God. I'd love... Gee, Dan hasn't out-qualified Verstappen in forever. Gosh. I'm going to have to say Verstappen.
Verstappen?
Red Bull's not going to let Dan finish in front of Verstappen for the rest of the
I'm
year.
going to go Ricardo because I'm going to try and get some points
You
back.
need some points.
If you went Ricardo thinking, Australian loyalty, which you're clearly not, you're traitor.
Yeah, I feel like a bit of a traitor.
You are a
I
traitor.
feel dirty.
You are. Renault.
I'm a sellout.
Sainz or Hulkenberger?
Hulkenberg for me, please.
Me too. I just love that man.
You need to get some points back here. Start getting adventurous.
McLaren.
Alonso.
Alonso. I can't see Van Dorn.
There's no way
doing
Van Dorn's
anything.
going to beat Alonso. There's no way.
Haas. Holes.
Let's go...
Magnussen or
I'm going to
Grosjean?
have to go Magnussen. He's on fire. And Grosjean, he's overrated.
I'm going Grosjean double.
Ooh, there's a point of difference.
Yeah. Force India.
Force India, I'm going to say Ocon.
And I will also go Ocon. Toro Rosso, Gasly, Hartley.
Gasly, poor old Brendon.
Oh, you're not going to choose me?
We've already talked to him today. He's not happy. Well, he's chirpy, considering he's cleaning toilets. He's pretty good.
Yeah. I will also go Gasly, Sauber, Leclerc, or the stay-at-home Viking.
I think it's time.
Ooh.
This is for our Swedish listeners over there. Loving F1 podcast. Hi, Sweden. My Swedish friends will love it when I beat Leclerc and dust the Doritos off my chest and make every Viking proud. Wow, that was extreme.
So that's Ericsson?
I think that's Ericsson. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you're going to go with
Double
Ericsson.
Ericsson for me, please.
I'm going to go
Go
Leclerc.
the Swedes.
And Williams, Sergei Sorokin or Lance Stroll?
Home race. Going to go for Mini Putin, please.
Mini Putin.
Mini Poot.
I will also go Sergei Sorokin.
Yep.
There you go. There's our predictions.
Great
There is a
predictions.
few points of difference.
Yep.
And if I get them all right, I will be 1 point behind you.
And speaking of Russia, it's time for At Home with Kimi. It always goes too long.
You.
It trails off.
I have no high pitch, so it's all you. I stop at M. I go, that's it. I can't do the E.
So we are opening the porthole to Kimi Räikkönen's life. We're going to find out exactly what Kimi Räikkönen, the mad Finn that everyone loves, is doing right now at this moment. Let's go find out, shall we? Here we go.
Okay. Right off the plane. Russia Airways. Oh, shit. Okay, so, wonder who I'm gonna pick me up from the airport. Okay, I'm in Sochi. I think I'm a little bit early. I'm about 2 weeks early. It's okay. I'll have to kill some time. All right. I'm gonna wait for someone to go through the boarding gate.
Gimme, over here.
Oh, it's you. Oh, my. Is that you, Vladimir?
Yes, here I am.
Oh, Vladimir Putin.
I've
Hi.
come here to pick you up in my beautiful Skoda.
Oh, Kimi Räikkönen, world champion Formula One driver. And you are the president?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What's this car that you've got here?
This is a Skoda, our finest product in all of Russia.
Skoda. I've never had one driving one of these. Are you going to drive this car? It looks
No, it is a self-driving car.
It looks like an old tank. I'm going
It
to be
is-
honest with you. An
It
old
is
tank
all
with wheels.
voice activated. We have the finest engineering in all of Russia.
Really? How do these windows go up and down?
You just say windows up.
Oh, okay. Window, go up.
Ivan, put the window up. See? Voice
Ah.
activated.
Did you just talk to a little guy
No, not
underneath
at all.
the seat?
No,
Is there
No.
a guy underneath my seat
no, there's
waiting to
no
win?
one there.
Okay. What about air conditioning? Can you put the air conditioning? It's so cold. I need hot air.
You need hot air?
Hot.
Okay, Ivan, hot air.
Oh, God. Did someone just fart in my face?
It's a warm air. You can feel. It's the smell from outside. Russia is not a beautiful smelling country.
It smells like borscht. It smells like some old Russian socks.
It's cabbage. It's definitely cabbage.
This is a horrible car. My God. So, Drive me around a little. Sochi. What can I do in Sochi?
You know what we're going to do? A special treat. We take you to vodka. We have a beautiful factory. You can have a look and taste our vodka.
You have vodka?
Someone said you're very keen on vodka.
Mate, tell you what. I've got vodka dispenser in my Formula 1 car. I got the paddle, a secret paddle. It dispenses vodka.
I've heard this.
I love vodka.
I know everything.
Vladimir, you take me to vodka, I'll be happy.
This is our finest vodka factory.
Wow, look at this.
You head on inside. I have to fix the voice automation.
Okay. Hello, it's me. Kimi Räikkönen. Show me the vodka.
Oh, welcome. Come in.
Yeah.
Kimi, make yourself at home.
Yeah, thanks. I want to swim in some vodka.
Oh, where is Kimi now? I can't seem to find him.
This is lovely vodka.
Why is his pants on the floor?
I'm in heaven.
What? No, you can't be in there. You can't be in the
What?
vat of vodka.
What are you talking about?
You can't be swimming nude in the vodka.
It's delicious.
It is delicious.
It's cleaning. It's all alcohol.
You mind if I join you?
Okay, come on in.
Let's go.
Bring the bear.
And that was... At home with... Kimi. I love that porthole into Kimi Räikkönen's
It's
life.
such an interesting button. He wasn't angry. It's the first one I think we've had, and he wasn't swearing and yelling.
Yeah, normally he's just losing his shit. That's amazing.
If we meet him in Melbourne, we're bringing him some vodka.
That's the thing. Yeah.
How about this? Duty free.
Duty free. Well, we will be in the paddock
Yep.
at Melbourne.
Elbows out.
Paddock passes. And we are going to take a little bottle of vodka for Kimi. He's going to need it driving that Sauber. That is not going to be a fast car.
We'll steal it from our hotel. We'll take the little
Little mini one. Oh, that'll make him more furious.
one for his kid.
Yeah, one for his kids.
Little Kimi.
Yeah, little mini Kimi. Yeah. Oh, that is going to be... I can't wait for that. Oh, going to Melbourne, that's going to be so good. Well, we should say a big thanks to Luke's mum.
Thanks,
what
Mum.
have we here?
Well, what don't we have here?
Your mother is the best cook, and being the number one effing one podcast fan, she always goes out of her way, above and beyond.
Do you know she has an apron now, a red apron that says effing one podcast making F1 great again?
Is that right?
Yep.
Gee, she's a great
That's what I got
lady.
for her for Mother's Day.
What a super lady. No wonder. It's inspiring. That's why she makes such delicious treats, because she's wearing the FE1 podcast
Fabulous.
apron.
Yeah.
So what have we got on this lovely assortment of goodies here, Lucas?
We're thinking Russia. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of meat.
Kapusta, which is sauerkraut.
Of course.
What's that?
I don't know what that is.
Is it a cabbage dumpling?
Most of these dishes have at least one variety of cabbage.
It looks like bear testicles.
That is
Poached.
bear testicle, but it's actually stuffed
With
cabbage.
cabbages.
And it's on a bed of cabbage.
Cabbage. Yeah. Because you can't ever have too much cabbage
Not in Russia.
in Russia. Borscht.
Borscht?
That's the soup stuff?
Yep. It doesn't look appetizing. None of the
No.
food looks appetizing, but
Yeah.
it's above average.
And it looks
I'll
like
give it
there's
that.
a severed hand from a British spy. Is that what that is?
It's amazing you can get so much detail from
I
it.
know.
But
It's weird.
you're 100%
It's got like a
accurate.
Southampton ring or something on. Anyway, that's interesting.
Yeah,
know where she found that.
My mum's deli has this. You just have to ask for it.
Yes.
It's not going to be in the case.
It's at the back.
It's out the back.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
I'll have the good stuff, please. The British spy
The
hand.
British spy hand? I'll get it for you. 1 second.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, and gruel. Surely we've got some gruel.
Plenty of gruel.
Yeah.
See that? That's gruel. See
That's-
that? That's gruel.
That's from
And
the,
this one here, it's not gruel at all. It's imitation gruel. It's for
Yeah.
vegans.
the vegans. That's
Yeah.
from the Siberian gulag jail of vegans for vegans. That's where all vegans go in Russia.
Yeah.
Siberia,
Yeah.
in the gulags.
Good times for them.
Good times. And this race is going to be great. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Well, let's do it. We are heading off the F1 podcast to Russia. Sochi. Let's do it. By the way, you can find us at FE1 Podcast, for any comments. Say g'day.
On
Tell us
Twitter.
what you like, what you don't like on Twitter. Effing1, the number one. And until then, Lucas, let's get into it.